Welcome back. The students of the 716 are heading back to school and here now to discuss the importance of routine well visits for your child's health during this time of the year is Dr. Kimberly from our sponsors at UBMD Primary Care. Welcome, Dr. Kimberly. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Chelsea. So happy to be here this morning.
Of course. Well, this is an exciting time. It's back to school, but I'd love it if you could explain why this time is not just a fun time for kids to go back to school, but also an important time to maintain a child's health.
Absolutely. Our kids are growing, changing so quickly, so this is a great checkpoint to schedule your annual visit with your physician and check in with kids, catch any concerns early, make sure they're on track for a healthy, successful school year.
What sorts of things may doctors discuss with the wellness visits they go to before back to school?
Absolutely. So it's a great time to have your annual wellness check. They're going to check your child's growth, make sure they're growing, developing well. They'll do a full physical exam. They'll discuss any routine childhood vaccinations and make sure that they're growing well.
Okay. Well, vaccines are important to consider this fall. That's a big one with back to school.
Absolutely. So your physician at your visit will discuss all recommended routine childhood vaccinations, but in the fall, particularly as important is the flu vaccination.
Who should be getting that flu shot?
Everyone 6 months of age and older should get their annual flu vaccination, and this is meant to protect your children, can also protect family members, classmates, teachers, and vulnerable people in our population.
It's important, and I know especially there's been a lot of talks about vaccines, but it is something that the parents should consider and obviously discuss with their doctor and their kids' medical history of what's right for them.
Absolutely, and if parents have any questions, your child's physician is always very happy to questions, concerns, anything that you'd like to know about vaccinations.
And I believe there are vaccines that are mandated for a student to be able to go to school, right?
There are, absolutely, and in that back to school visit, your physician will go through all of that back to school paperwork and make sure we're checking all those boxes to make sure your child's healthy and ready for the school year.
Well, what can parents do to really help try to ensure their children are successful with going back to school?
Yeah, it's important to communicate with your children's teachers, be an active participant in your child's education. Also nutrition, make sure your child is getting a good healthy breakfast, eating plenty of fruits, vegetables, avoiding too many processed foods, too much sugar. Sleep is very important for our kids. They're getting up early to get on these buses, so set a routine bedtime, make sure they're not getting too much screen time in the evening. That can really help set them up for success. Some good physical activity, get them out. You know, we have still have some nice sunny days here, so get them out some physical activity.
I love it already. Can we talk about the importance of safety online and in social media? Because that's a big topic when it comes to kids these days.
Absolutely. This can be a big concern for parents, but it's very important to be aware of what your child is doing online. Make sure if they're accessing social media, who are they communicating with? Know what websites they're visiting, know what's going on, and keep a good open communication with your children. And try to set some reasonable limits and time limits on how much screen time, how much social media time they're getting.
When it comes to back to school, we're not just talking about physical health, but we also talk about the mental health a lot, which social media can play a part into. And another reason to go to your primary care doctor for your child is they might be able to pick up on things that are happening with your child's mental health that maybe you might be missing signs for, right?
Absolutely. You know, childhood growing up, this can be a stressful time with a lot of changes for children that parents may not be picking up on. So it's a good time to maintain those healthy relationships with your child's physician so that they know that that's a safe person that they can come to, they can talk to, whether it's mental health, stress, or the physical health.
Within UBMD, do you have primary doctors in multiple areas? Are you in one general location?
No, we have several different locations. We have an office on Sheridan Drive in the town of Tonawanda. We also have our Hopkins office in Williamsville, and also Conventus is located in Buffalo.
How far in advance should people schedule an appointment for a visit?
Absolutely. So you can call anytime, access our website. It's always good to be thinking about this early. So give yourself a few weeks and so that we can get you in. But we also always have room for urgent visits if something arises urgently.
And also think about with the kids going back into their sports, there are certain testing that sometimes needs to be done to be able to play certain sports and activities as well.
Absolutely. We want to make sure your children are ready and in good shape to go back and get those physical exams before their sports. So that's something at that back to school annual visit. We'll take care of any sports physical paperwork as well.
Alrighty. Where can people go to learn more information and find a location nearest them?
Absolutely. Our website is a great place to start, UBMD Primary Care. You have lots of information there, and you can request a visit, request an appointment, and come see us at our office.
Alrighty, Dr. Kimberly, thank you so much for coming in. Viewers, if you'd like to learn more about how our sponsors can help your student be prepared to go back to school and find a location nearest to you, just visit them at ubmdprimarycare.com. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you so much.